going through this journey of what I actually call queendom. Women who are between the ages of 40 and 65. Women who are pausing and saying, hey, looking back and going, I've done a lot, I've accomplished a lot, but there's something that just doesn't fit quite right for me. There's something that just feels uncomfortable. There's something that I don't know what it is. There's just something. And I think of this piece in this moment in our lives. We tend to hit these pieces of, I used to call them boulders and or Mack trucks knocking us over. And the question is, are you going to listen to it? We have been taught really well to just keep on going, keep on, keep on, keep on, put on your big girl pants and giddy up and get going. But I think the body keeps score. The body will tell you, sometimes individuals, sometimes situations, sometimes the perfectly peculiar, I call them, happens. And it feels like a huge divot in life. But when you look back, you recognize and see that it was a piece that was very important and calling you to pay attention. When I was stepping into this and I had had a big divot happen in my life, a divorce, and although I can look back and see all those signs and everything that was coming about forward, I was not in the position, the mindset to even acknowledge it, let alone accept it. But one of the pieces, as more and more divots kept coming, more and more bulldozers kept coming and knocking me and waking me up, trying to anyways. I was a stubborn little thing. One question that I started to say to myself that helped me when I hit forks in the road or certain points that I was looking at going, do I go right? Do I go left? I don't know who, where, what, when, how to. And I was losing a massive sense of who I was because my life had changed so much. In that big question that I keep asking you, you ask me on the streets, I ask myself, I've been asking myself for quite some time, who am I? But it's not just who am I, it's who am I now? Who am I at this moment in my life? What do I want to take forward? And how do I want that to move forward into the next moment in my life and to my future and all those around me? And one interesting woman really stopped me in my tracks. And her name is Carolyn Myss. And I'm going to read you a very short 2-point question that she speaks to about listening to our inner self, our truth. Carolyn says, if someone says to me, well, how do I find my purpose? I first say, you never lost your life purpose. Number 2, I say, have no judgments about your life. No expectations. Give up the need to know what happens tomorrow. Just be fully present and appreciate all that's in your life right now. Then the person said, but what if I lost my job and I'm in the depths of despair? She says, you are in the depths of despair because you locked in on something or someone that did not belong to you. Wow. What I found so fascinating about that is because I did what I was told to do. I behaved accordingly. I became the person that they told me to be. And then it was like the rug got pulled out. But the reality is they don't know. The only person who knows what's best for you, best for me, is me. And so Carolyn Myss taught me one question that I still ask to this day, that stops me in my tracks every time. And when I have a decision to make, do I go right? Do I go left? Do I go forward? Do I go backwards? Do I stay and sit? Do I speak? Am I betraying myself? Am I betraying myself if I take that job? Am I betraying myself if I go out to dinner with that person? Am I betraying myself if I want to have dinner by myself and I don't want to have my family over? Am I betraying myself if I just want to hang out in my garden and not do the work that I'm supposed to do in the house? That's a little bit light and fluffy, but you might get a little bit of the idea. If you start asking yourself, am I betraying myself? And if the answer is no, giddy up, go. But if the answer is yes, perhaps the next question is how do I not betray myself in this moment? What feels right? And it goes back to, what are we physically feeling? What's in my gut? What is my soul trying to say to me? Why is this bulldozer in front of me? Why has it knocked me over? Why am I asking this question? Am I betraying myself? What do I need to do that would feel like I'm not betraying myself? And might I encourage you to do that?